Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is a tarot forecast for Virgo for the month of October, including September 2025. So welcome, Virgo. We are currently in the zodiac sign of Libra, which is the element of air, so things going this way and that way, or absolutely perfectly still. It's very fortuitous, though, the energy of Libra. It's all about justice. It's about balancing things. It's about getting it just right. It's about karmic events as well that may well rain down upon you this month, and you think, oh my God, where did that come from? I haven't heard from that person for years, and there's a karma there to be repaid or to be settled, or just something from the past or your past actions sort of comes to light and fruition for either positive or negative. So you are in your second house of value. So everything that you absolutely value, including finances, your personal value system, comes under scrutiny this 4 weeks. So let's see what the house of value, the second house, is going to bring. The energy around is the Chariot. So the Chariot is all about harnessing the beasts, the white horse, the black horse. The charioteer is in command of this energy. So basically it talks about harnessing your emotions, especially getting ready to once again go on a journey of sorts, or embark upon a journey which is going to sort of really strengthen your resolve, I guess you'd say, into how that journey is going to be, beginning, middle and end. But like any kind of a road trip, it's a vehicle, right? So any kind of a road trip, you have to have certain things in place, like water, oil, petrol, you know, all sorts of things, or else if catastrophe descends upon you, you're going to be stuck in the middle of nowhere, and there you are, because you weren't emotionally disciplined, you weren't prepared. So it's about being prepared for a launch into a new journey, whatever that might be for you. But it is a major card, Virgo, so it's big energy. It's not just like, oh yes, well I was going down to the road a bit. This is sort of like a well thought out, or a sort of a distance that has to be covered, because the Chariot indeed talks about travel and movement, and also can talk about your cars. So make sure they're sort of okay, as I've found out. Okay, where you are right now. And we have strength, so big major card. This is about self-awareness. It's about managing your own sort of personal values, I guess, how you get through crises. How do you stand and fight, or do you run? Fight or flight kind of energy. But it's all about that self-awareness, and it's about harnessing that in and being aware of other people too. I feel like these days a lot of us, you know, we're just like, oh, it's all about me and everything, and forgetting in all aspects of life that considering other people in it is just as important as yourself. And sometimes it's even more important. And that's when the strength card comes in to sort of test that resolve and say, well, you know, are you self-aware, or is it just all about you? And therefore, you know, we get reactions here with the strength card of anger, etc. Old sort of stuff that sat there for a while, and how we deal with certain crises, obviously, that come through. That is usually because we weren't aware of what the other person or the group or the family were feeling. It's, you know, it's about shifting that energy to expand to the other people in your life or your workplace, whatever. So it's a powerful card. So that's sort of sitting there going, well, that's really important for you for the next 4 weeks, your personal value, because you'd like people to feel that about you too, that you are aware of other people in the situation, whatever that may be. Okay, let's see what's crossing that or influence that to come in. And the rest of the reading, I might add, Virgo. Yeah, conflict with the 5 of Swords. So lots of conflicts, and we are indeed in the air sign of Libra, so there'll be a lot of energy going around, air energy like thoughts, overthinking, all that kind of thing. Now in this case, because it's crossing the Strength card, it's all about sort of, yes, indeed considering other people, but then when it's really important to you and it's your journey, you have to sometimes, how we often can go running over and asking, 5 friends or family members, what should I do? What should I do? Listening to the advice but not taking it anyway. So thus you're creating a conflict in your own mind where really you would have been better off to go, well, intuitively, I feel this is the right thing for me to do. There's no need to spread it round and sort of get other people's opinions, because at the end of the day, you're going to do what you were going to do in the first place. So once again, it's sort of, this card comes in, but it's present there all month, so it's going to be sitting there, sort of really questioning you all month about, just ask, do what you feel is the right thing. And also, it's to do with your mental acuity as well, so, narrow it down to what you would do, how you would feel. No need to run around asking everybody else at all, because that's when conflict comes in, and that's when people get sort of exasperated with it, as we know. Because you think, well, why did I bother asking them? Because I've done this myself, and that's what I knew I should do. Case in point. Okay, let's see the background, or the crowning card, which still holds weight today. The end of a cycle. So Virgo, you really come through. Well, you just had your birthday in September, or August, September. So this card's all about that cycle being sort of all tied up in a nice box with a nice bow on it, and it's done. So a cycle is over. So what's coming next is the more poignant sort of question. Big card, big energy yet again. So it's about everything has its beginning, middle and end. So here we definitely get that feeling of whatever's going on in your life that you value, that cycle's definitely come to an end. So whatever's been going on for the last 12 months, okay, now you're looking forward to what's coming to you next. So it's a good card to get, actually, because you think, oh, okay, that's all done and dusted then. There's no need to waste any more time on that. Recent influences. And we have the canny little Knight of Pentacles, who indeed is a Virgo, the methodical plotter, the reliable guy. The Knights are always messengers, so they come in with messages, so to speak, figuratively speaking. But he is the most dependable one, and he is a Virgo. So he will work away behind the scenes. He's not a person that's out there and saying, look at me, I'm fantastic, I'm just the best, I'm the best looking. He's just quietly there doing his thing. But you can trust him, and he's very valuable to any team or any family sort of situation, because you can rely on him 100%. But it's a very slow-moving energy too, Virgo. As you well know, you're slow-moving energy folk. So he comes in. So that's about you sort of going back to your basics of how you deal with stuff. It's like, yeah, in a slow, methodical manner. And you get results. And you're very loyal and very trustworthy. So nice energy. Okay. Let's see your lesson for the 4 weeks. I had the King of Swords. So swords rules, air rules, the mental acuity, the clarity of the mind coming in, decision maker. Very much with his sword sitting there to cut through any crap that may be around. And the King of Swords usually is his top of his game. Very male sort of energy coming through too, very decisive about where we're going, what we're doing. But can be very much a person too. He's very good with words and sort of, you think about a lawyer, he's sort of the calibre of a lawyer that can really manipulate everything to suit whatever his client needs. So you've got that story there, but on the plus side, you've got that sort of using that mental acuity and clarity to make a decision, whatever that may be, for you in your personal value time, to move forward into your next cycle, whatever that may be. Hopefully we'll find out. Okay, so near future, let's step in. Six of Pentacles, Pentacles being an earth element, so it belongs to Tauruses, Virgos and Capricorns. It's an excellent card to get. It's about sharing, it's about equality, it's about giving and taking with equal measure, 50-50. Now it's coming in here to say, are you being like that in your relationships, in your work endeavours? Are you being sort of 50-50? Are you giving in equal measure as receiving? Or is that in your value system, is that happening in your household, in your relationship with your family, or is it a bit lopsided? So this card comes in to ask that very question and for you to ponder that. Yeah, okay. And it once again, it's like it's really hard to get that fine balance, but we should try to do it because it makes everyone feel a lot better than just going, oh, I'm just taking everything I can get. And other people look and think, oh my God, I can't believe that. Balance it out. And if there is a person in your life that's sort of taking more than they're giving, well, give them a bit of a poke and say, well, come on, you know, walk a mile in my shoes. Good card to have, though, for all of us, just to remind ourselves to rebalance that giving and taking energy with the people in our orbit. Okay, let's see what's happening that you're not realising. Oh, Eight of Wands, smooth sailing card, Sagittarius card, fire card. Things going along really quite well for you, Virgo, actually. And you're not really seeing that because you've got all this other stuff happening. Eight of Wands talks about just free-flowing energy. You may have met someone new that's just like, wow, you know, this is great. We really get on. It's fabulous. But there's no sort of obstacles with this Eight of Wands. It's just a free-flowing movement. It just keeps moving forward. It's a time in your life where you just go, yeah, cruise along. It's also a great travel card too, so even if you sort of bogged in a quagmire here, there's always travel for some people just to alleviate that sort of day-to-day drudgery, if you know what I mean. A great travel card, so it's coming up for the holiday season, so you're not realising this, so you should realise it. And linked with the Six of Pentacles, maybe your significant other might want to go away somewhere with you and just have fun rather than just being the worker bees and, you know, paying the bills and all that sort of really mundane stuff. Let's see how others see you. Oh, of course, Virgo, Ten of Pentacles. Stability, financial stability, stability with almost everything. Now, this is no surprise here with Virgo. They usually do achieve. They're very slow moving, but they're very detailed. Everything's sorted. It's done in a timely manner. There's literally no flies on Virgo, and that is reflected here in the Ten of Pentacles. So there's an awful lot of stability around you, which is always nice, but every Virgo I've ever known brings forth this energy, and they just seem to, you know, cruise with the sort of everything's just seemed to, in the practical day-to-day life, is just working. Okay, positive feelings, and we have justice, karma, so very karmic time coming up. So what you put in, you get out. If you haven't put anything in, don't expect anything out. You reap what you sow. Karma follows us, and you kind of know whatever's going on at the moment, you are in the midst of a big karmic event. So this is when you've got to look in on yourself and say, okay, why am I in this situation? Yeah, I helped create getting myself here. So now I need to sort of look back on events that led up to this point here of this karmic justice card coming through. And interestingly enough, it's the card for Libra, and we sit in Libra. So there we are. We're really looking at karmic sort of issues this 4 weeks, Virgo. So it's all about, it just didn't happen by itself. It's karmic. You put in, you get out. For positive or for negative, you don't. That's as simple as it is. No other fluff around it. Wow. Big energy. Let's have a look at your final outcome. And we go back to 4 of Pentacles, hanging on too tight to something that you need to let go of. So this can be, it can be the card of the miser too. It's like when, people that just love watching their bank account grow to the point that they don't want to spend a cent on anything. But then it goes a lot deeper than that too, Virgo. It goes on to sort of holding on to old stuff, where in fact you should be just letting it go and see where the coins fall, rather than just, hanging on, you're not getting any of my money, or you're not getting anything of me because I've been hurt in the past, so I'm just going to be very miserly with my emotions or my money, whatever the case may be. But it's very much a card of old sort of history as well, with our, our karmic life, how we've got to where we've got, the people in our life, why they're in there, why they're not in there anymore. It's all that kind of cause and effect stuff. So I'm going to just put a clarifier on that 4 of Pentacles, because it can come across as a bit of a miserly, not greedy card, but just a people that, we all do it, we hang on to things way too tight, when it'd be just easier to throw it all into the air and see where it lands, wouldn't it? So the clarifier is the Serpent, knowledge and healing. So I'll quickly read you the scroll. 23. The Serpent's message is one of healing and gaining knowledge. Whatever situation you're in right now is meant for this purpose. The Serpent also reminds you that knowledge is important. The Serpent also lets you know that you may be suffering because there are aspects of yourself that are wounded and still need tending. Now is the time for this. Perhaps you need to rest, meditate, and allow knowledge to come to consciousness. Another aspect of Serpent energy is that each time you experience a healing or learn new things, you may need to shed your skin to adopt a new one. But don't worry, the Serpent says it is necessary and a beautiful thing. So there you go. Shed that skin. Throw those coins in the air. Don't hang on so tight, and see what happens. It'll be different to what happens when you hang on. And we all have to do that. Thank you so much, Virgo. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and it is free. And always thank you for listening.